Hello, welcome Rebels. My name is Ashley and I'm here today to guide you through a slow-paced Yin class. Yin is awesome for helping us regulate our central nervous system, helping us calm down, whether it's morning or you're taking a mid-afternoon break, or maybe you're trying to wind down for the evening. Everything that we're doing today is available to you to hold different poses for longer periods of time or shorter periods of time. You're already doing the most important thing, which is that you showed up for yourself, and I'm so happy that you're here and joining me today on this little mini Yin adventure, or what I like to call a Yinny. Just a few things that I recommend. Nothing is required in yoga except that you are here and that you're breathing, so hopefully you're already doing both of those things. A mat is a fantastic thing to have. If you don't have a mat, you could use a towel. You could maybe take your practice outside and go to a little grassy area. Other items that I recommend but are certainly not required are a blanket. You could also use a towel or even a sweatshirt or a sweater, and then blocks. If blocks are not around for you today, you could use some textbooks. You might have a couple of those laying around. You could use a stack of magazines or some paper. But just know that everything that I offer you today is all a choice. So maybe we go into one pose and that feels really, really good in your body, and you just decide to stay in that pose and listen to some soothing music and the beautiful sound of your breath. So everything is an option today. Each of the poses I will be guiding you through and doing them with you. You are welcome to make variations to the poses. I will also be offering those for you as well. And last but certainly not least, and the most important thing besides our breath, is water. So make sure that you have some water with you. Even though we're moving slowly, we are releasing a lot of toxins in our body. We're releasing a lot of energy in our body. So it's important to stop, pause, and take a sip of water. All right, let's begin, Rebels. Sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders up and back, maybe placing the palms face down for grounding, or palms face up for receiving energy as we breathe it in. Breathe it out. We'll begin the practice by focusing in on the breath and beginning to tune inward. So thinking about how we can orientate ourselves in our space. So taking a moment and noticing two different colors in your surroundings. It could be the color of the floor, the color on your mat or whatever surface you're practicing on. Maybe it's the color of your clothing. And just noticing those two things as we begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. If your mind is beginning to wander, or maybe your mind isn't quite here on the mat yet, just start to remind yourself, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. That breath brings us right here, right now, feeling ourselves grounded and rooted as we begin to lift one hip off the mat, the other hip off the mat, feeling that firm foundation. If you're feeling a little bit tired today, you're also welcome to begin this practice laying down or possibly in a bridge position. So again, lots and lots of options for us today as we continue to practice together, feeling the earth beneath us, feeling the feet melt in wherever the feet are, rolling those shoulders up and back. Continue to reminding ourselves we are breathing in, we are breathing out. It's a very simple practice that you can take off of the mat anytime that you're feeling overwhelm or stress or anxiety. Our whole flow today is based on reducing stress in our bodies and stress in our minds. So as we begin a new semester, fall 2025, I hope that you really make yourself a priority and begin to tune that breath inward, placing the hands at heart center. We can wrap it in for an I love you hug, which always feels really good. Breathing in here and out, in and out, in and out. Transitioning into a more focused kind of breath work, one of my favorites, box breath, breathing in for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, slowly releasing for 4, and taking a pause, reminding ourselves we are here, we are supported, we are safe, we are grounded. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold it, slowly release, reminding ourselves we are here, we are safe, we are supported, we are grounded. 2 more just like this. Breathe in. Maybe counting to 4 in the head. Hold it here, feel the fullness of the lungs. Maybe take an extra sip of air. Slowly release. Take the pause. We are here, we are supported, we are safe, we are grounded. 1 more all together. Breathe it in. Extra sip of air for good measure. Hold it. Breathe out. Pause. We are here. We are supported. We are safe. We are grounded. Release. Maybe just do some gentle shoulder rolls, rocking the hips back and forth, just reminding ourselves of this awesome support network that we have. And then gently flip the legs, so swap them out. Just noting which leg is in front of the other. Coming back to that easy breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. 2 more just like this, sitting up just a little bit taller. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Beginning to warm up the spine just a little bit. Using the blanket underneath the knees For extra support, just adding that layer of softness in this very mindful practice. Maybe choosing to take the blocks to the front of the mat, wherever the front of the mat is. This also just helps us lift a little bit. And then I'm going to make sure that my knees are stacked directly underneath my hips. My toes can come back, pressing the tops of the toenails into the mat, or we can tuck the toes. So a lot of times tucking the toes can just give us that extra support if we're feeling a little bit wobbly in our practice. Sometimes that wobbliness in the body can indicate and reflect some things that are happening in the mind. And then our arms, our hands, our fingertips are going to be stretched out nice and wide. Our wrists are going to be underneath our shoulders. So one option is to use those blocks or those books. Another option, if the wrists are feeling sensitive, we can come up to the fists. We can come down to the forearms. So take a few breaths and just play with what feels best in your body today, because every day is different. What matters is that we're here, we're all together practicing in this amazing Rebel community. So find your spot, and maybe if the blocks are not working for you today, then just cast them aside. The blocks will get over it. You'll need them eventually. And then take a big breath in, nice flat back in this strong tabletop position, almost like somebody could have a picnic on our back. Take a breath in all together, and a breath out. We are here, we are safe, we are supported, we are grounded. Breathe in, lift the hips up, push the heart forward, lift the chin up. Cow pose, making a nice dip in our back. And then breathe out, tuck the chin into the chest, draw the belly button in and around the spine. This is where the blocks can really help us propel and push ourselves into that nice arched back. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the heart. Breathe out, tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine. Everybody's doing a great job. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more of these on our own. Breathe in, going at a pace that works for us. Matching breath with movement. Breathe out. Fantastic job, Rebels. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe we push up a little bit more. 1 more. We got this. And then gently tuck those toes under if they're not tucked. Come back. Sit back on those toes. Try to tuck the pinkies in a little bit more so that we're really stretching the fascia of the feet. We spend so much time walking around campus. Maybe we're on our feet a lot at work. So just taking a minute to notice how important the feet are and really stretch them out. If this is a very intense stretch for you, maybe you hold it for 1 breath or half a breath, and then you continue just adding the amount of breaths to this particular pose. Breathe in, breathe out, come forward. Let's pitter patter those feet all together. Just bringing that freshly oxygenated blood into the low body. Breathe it in. Breathe it out, and then we're going to place the blocks at the highest setting at the front of the mat. So just to reset the spine and the body, we'll tuck the toes under and begin to very slowly, very gently, fluidly lift the hips up and back, coming into a downward facing dog. Not many of these today, but these can work really well to help us wake up our legs because we've been sitting a lot for the first part of our practice. As we breathe in and then breathe out, we're going to slowly step that right foot in between the hands, taking a moment here, finding our roots, dropping the left knee down. And this is where we can use the the blocks to help propel ourselves up. Maybe we walk them back a little bit, maybe make a little beat, and then breathe in, come up. Option 1, to stay here. Option 2, placing the hands on the hips. Hands on hips just helps us open up through that heart space a little bit more. Kind of helps us take the shoulders away from the ears. The shoulders tend to creep up a lot. Option 3 is to lift those hands up and reach for the elbows, lifting the chin up to the sky, and maybe we push into that right foot just a little bit more. So we're trying to keep the ankle in line with the knee. The foot is fully grounded here. And then our back left foot, the toes can be tucked under. Breathe in, breathe out. Wherever you are, keep breathing. If you wobble, that's okay. Just get right back in. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 more just like this. Maybe take it back a little bit deeper. One more. Awesome job. Wherever the arms are, release them down. Do a few shoulder rolls. Move the body in any way that works for you today. Place those blocks back up at the front of the mat. Hands come down gently. Yin is all about being extra gentle with our bodies, gentle with our minds. Lifting that left leg up, right foot comes back to meet left. If downward dog is not in the practice today, it's not speaking to you, we can always come down to a tabletop position. Also, if you need to just take a little break after that heart opener, you can press back into a child's pose. So choose your own adventure here. Downward dog, tabletop child's pose. I'm going to choose a downward dog for myself. I was doing a lot of sitting yesterday, so I'm going to do a few rounds of movement here. Breathe in, breathe out before we move to the low lunge on the left side. Everybody's doing great. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in wherever we are. Breathe out. If you're in child's pose, come up to tabletop. From tabletop to down dog, we'll slowly send the left foot in between the right hand, drop the right knee, grab the blocks, maybe we tuck the toes. So not comparing left or right, just noticing. Yoga is just about noticing, there's no comparison. And then we'll see, as we use the blocks, just come up, find your firm foundation, roll the shoulders, and then I'll move this so that you can see. My ankle is in line with my knee. My left foot is firmly stamped down. Hands can stay down. Hands can be on hips, or we may sweep those arms up, reaching for the opposite elbow, and breathing here. So find your position. Choose your choice. Choose your pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We are here. We are safe. We are supported. We are grounded. We wobble, we get right back in. 3 more breaths here, drawing the belly button in and up, trying to tuck that tailbone in just a little bit. That's also going to help us maintain that balance. One more. And then slowly let it all go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach forward. Take a sip of water. Come back to those toes. Let's hold it here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wonderful job, Rebels. Breathe in, come forward. Moving into a melting heart pose. So we'll place the blocks back here. We may or may not need these for the next pose. So for melting heart pose, our shins, and we can keep using the blanket if we want, but I'm just gonna move it aside so that you have a better idea of what to do here. So the tops of my toes are pressing into the mat. My shins are coming down to the mat. Knees are grounded. If the knees are sensitive, keep the blanket. You can also roll the mat. That works as well in yoga classes. And then begin to slowly walk the hands out. Heart melts down. Chin comes down into a puppy or melting heart pose. If this is really intense on the neck, you could turn the cheek over to the right or the left. If you would like to use a block for the head, you can. Again, just kind of noting here what feels good to you in the body today. Breathe in, breathe out. If this pose is not working for you today, it's not the adventure you'd want to pick, we can simply come back into a child's pose. So choose what works best for you. You know your body better than anyone else. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe the forehead comes down, breathe in. Three more breaths here. We are here, we are safe, we are supported, we are grounded. Breathe in, slowly rise up. Wherever you are, walk the hands back. And then slowly begin to swing the hips around. This is where you might want to bring the blanket back into the practice, or the towel, whatever you've got. Roll those shoulders up and back, just noticing as we change levels, being gentle, being kind to ourselves. Noting here that our right leg is going to be in front of the left, and let's gently send the fingertips around the back, interlacing the fingers. Beginning to send the palms away from the low back, trying to keep the hands, palms together, and then begin to gently tip the head up to the sky. Nice heart opener here. This is our first option, our first adventure we're choosing. We can also place the hands on the low back and lean back a little bit. We can also use our helpful block, place the hands behind us, and lean back as well. So these are all options for us today. Choose what feels good. Breathe in, breathe out. Doing a nice counter pose to that melting heart pose. Now we're working on another heart opener, opening up through the whole front body. into the throat, into the mind space, breathing in and out. The palms, our hands are interlaced. Try to keep the palms together as much as possible. They don't need to touch, but try to keep them together. Maybe they form a little cup. Breathe in, breathe out. Two more. Strong breath work. Slowly begin to drop the chin so it's back to level with the mat. Release the hands from the block with the back or interlace. Just do a little flicking. Flicking is always good to just kind of get rid of any energy that you no longer want. And then swapping the legs out, so left foot comes in front of right, palms come down to the knees. We'll take a big breath in, roll those shoulders up and back, reminding ourselves we are here, we are safe, we are supported, we are grounded. Breathe in, send the heart forward, lifting the chin up just slightly, coming into a seated cow pose. So working again on that spinal flexion, that spinal strength. Tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine, draw the belly button in and up. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, come forward. And then out, rock back. And it's sort of like we're creating this little rocking chair or rocking horse motion here. This is an excellent combination of poses to do if you just need to feel a little bit more settled in your body. You need to find something to soothe you in a very quick way. You can always come to these rocking cat-cows. Matching breath with movement as we breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Two more just like that. Breathe in and out. Coming back to that seated position. This time, let's extend the legs out long. Just releasing anything, taking another sip of water. Breathe in very slowly, gently lifting the arms up to the shoulders. Maybe we lift the arms all the way up to the sky. Breathe it in. And then breathe it out, forward fold. Our feet can be hip-width distance apart, which is about 2 fists. If you're feeling a little bit tighter in the hips, maybe you extend the legs out a little bit more. We can use blocks here to bring the earth up to us, our friendly, helpful blocks to bring the earth up to us here. And forward fold. We may also want some extra support in the neck space. So maybe we come down like this. What feels good to you? Again, if you've been doing a lot of sitting, you might feel a lot of extra tension from the hips all the way up to the neck. So let's just sit and breathe here. Bringing ourselves back to the mat. If we're wandering away, we are here, we are safe, we are supported, we are grounded. Breathe in. Three more. Breathe and come all the way up. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then gently begin to lower all the way down to the mat. We're not in Savasana quite yet, but if you're ready to just relax a little bit more, you are welcome to take that resting posture whenever you want. We've got 2 more poses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot down on the mat, and then just so that I still have this support in my low back, you have the blocks or the books. You can place them behind your seat, and then gently begin to lift the legs up to the sky. Placing the hands down on the mat for support. Maybe you bring the hands in. You don't have to use the blocks again. That's an option just like everything else I'm offering to you. If waterfall pose is not the adventure you'd like to choose today, you could also reach behind the legs to hold everything in. Making contact with the body and tuning inward always helps us come here to the present. You could also just bend the knees. So all different options for you. Trying to just work on bringing some freshly oxygenated blood into the body. Maybe we rock back and forth just slightly. What feels good to you? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your legs may be shaking a little bit. That just means we're helping build new muscle. We're stretching it out. Breathe in. We are here. We are safe. We are supported. We are grounded. 3 more breaths. Wonderful job. Breathe in. And then slowly begin to hug those knees all the way in. Rocking back and forth gently, just massaging the low spine. And then slowly letting everything go, taking up space for ourselves, moving those blocks. Coming into our final resting posture of Savasana. This is where maybe we take the blanket and we cover up with it. We can also use a block as a pillow if we'd like. Wherever you're practicing, you may or may not need a blanket. And then as we just get comfy and cozy in our space, focusing on the breath. No place else we need to be besides right here, right now, breathing together as a rebel community. Just enjoying our Savasana as we get into it. Breathing in, breathing out. This is a pose that you can stay in for as long as you would like. Helping just recenter ourselves. Rewire our central nervous system. And if you need to go about your day, your afternoon, or evening, begin to bring some gentle awareness into the fingertips, into the toes. Release the head from the block. Rock the head back and forth from side to side. Bend the knees. Rock the knees back and forth from side to side. And then rolling over onto the right side or the left side. Take a moment. Actually, we'll take 3 moments, 3 breaths. Breathe in. Beginning to slowly come up, always being gentle with ourselves to a seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center, breathing in all together as one beautiful rebel community, breathing out. The light in me honors, respects, and appreciates the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, Rebels, for joining me today in this practice. Friendly reminder to please drink water. You can come back to this video anytime that you would like, and maybe just try 2 or 3 poses at a time. We'll be releasing new videos every week on our Rebel UNLV YouTube station. And if you would like to join me in person on campus for classes, I teach Wednesday mornings from 6:15 to 7 a.m. And then I also teach Thursday evenings from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can follow me at Neebs Does Yoga for more information. Please take care of yourselves, Rebels, and have an absolutely fantastic first week back.